what you're asking for is tolerance, acceptance, and just a little bit of understanding, then you have to you have to reciprocate that. What up, squad? Welcome back to another episode of Grouped. All right, so we have something a little bit different. So Kendrick Lamar dropped his album, great album. It's if you ever listen to Kendrick, his messaging and everything can be cryptic, bipolar. It could be a beautiful web of just confusement, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You meet in the middle somewhere. Most of the time it's personal. It's personal struggles he goes through because he gives you his life. Things have to move him in order to do his music. So we have Samantha Lux. She's a YouTuber, very articulate. She's with the transgender community. I subscribe to her channel, just to get better idea of, because she's part of the younger. She's very young. So that part of the transgender community, I'm trying to understand because I really want to know, like, some of the things that, because it's just like so much thrown at you, and it's like, I feel like you can never be right with them, or you can never try. It feels like it's just hopeless. It feels like no matter what you do, if you don't see 100%, you could take the steps where they want you to. As soon as you go there, that's not good enough. That's how I feel. My friend Sasha, every time I do like videos like this, I'll ask her, I'll say, hey, is this a good one? And she's like, well, she'll say, with my age, you're good. But I'll tell you right now, with those, she has me dying because she doesn't play, you know what I mean? And I'll ask her before I put out the video, what do you think? Because I don't want to, my thing isn't to offend anybody, even though I feel certain ways towards like all the young generation stuff is in a bubble. It has to do with social media and everything is so fast, and they just spewing out what they see, whatever is the trend. I'm not saying that the LGBTQs like that, but some of it is. So let's get right into it. Let's see what they're talking about, and I'll tell you where I disagree. Let go. Oh yeah, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to comment, subscribe, thumbs up. Like I said, she's very reasonable. I just think on this one, I don't know what happened. It's just she doesn't. To me, I don't know. I really don't know what happened on this one.
His aunt transitioned. His uncle, fuck. You know what? You guys know what I mean. I say aunt, I say uncle. It's gonna be interchangeable.
At this point, her gripe is, that he's using aunt, uncle in the past tense. And so the aunt is, because it is my auntie's a man. It's like Auntie Diaries. He says that, my auntie's now a man. And he's basically trying to bring you through a story. And it's not going to be the most eloquent one. You're talking through through the progressions and trials, of a straight man. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to know everything that's sensitive and what's not sensitive. He's not out there. He's with his family. So he doesn't know everything and how to say it perfectly. But I'm pretty sure he ran this by his uncle first. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going. But like I said, even you got kind of confused there.
I think that he's attempting to use these pronouns to clarify when he's talking about. So when he uses she and her, he's talking about her in the past. When he uses he and him, he's talking about her or him now. Which honestly, it's just, in my opinion, it's just unnecessary. Like,
why? Wait a minute. You just said you knew what he was saying, but you still against it? To me, that's just being not for something just to not be for it. Because there's some other bias there, or there's some other thing blocking you from saying that. You're saying you know why he's doing it. So then what is the problem?
Like, I get he's an artist and it's for art and it's for impact's sake, and he's just trying to do something. I don't care. It's unnecessary. You don't need to stop. If you're gonna make this attempt at being a trans ally and make this trans anthem.
Whoa. Whoa! He didn't make this to be a trans ally. He didn't make this for any of that. This is just him explaining his experience. He has an uncle that was once a woman, and he's giving you that piece of his life and explaining his experience. Is he not supposed to explain it the way he's seen it? Of course he is. See, this is where we have to agree that we have to speak our truths. We have to stop saying, oh, well, we can't say what's true in our life because of this, this, and that. No. There is nothing wrong with calling a once woman a woman when she was a woman. Do you see what I'm saying? When she becomes a man, then she's a man. Okay, great. Now, if you intentionally call her that she was a woman before, but now she's, transitioned to a man, and you intentionally do that, yes, you are trying to inflict pain. You are trying to inflict harm, knowing that bothers him. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about respect. Now, I can understand if this is what Kendrick was doing, but he wasn't. Let me explain something to you. This whole thing is Kendrick telling you things he went through and the process he went through, and in trying to be a better human being, trying to be a better nephew to his now uncle. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. And this is where the younger generation, I feel, falls somewhat short to come to the middle. You have people trying, yet they are still being, and that's where people that get frustrated really easy, not all of us. I'm subscribed to this channel, which is why I want to understand more, because even though I'm disagreeing with her now, most of the time I agree with her. And we could disagree. We can agree to disagree. But I'm just disagreeing right now. Let's go.
Which it does seem like he's trying to do. It does seem like he's trying to make this song to be like, this is how I overcame my prejudice and overcame my transphobia and learned to accept my family members. No. Like, if you're going to make a song with that as your goal,
it's not.
You should probably get the people's pronouns right. You should probably get their article, like aunt or uncle, right. He's like chanting for trans acceptance while doing things that hurt trans people. It's like posting 1 million paper flyers around the world saying save the trees. Also,
oh my God, there's no equivalent, but that was a good one. Because that would be kind of crazy, right? All right, man, save the trees. Here's a flyer made out of paper that's made from trees. So all right, I like that. I like that. But yeah, man, but it's not the equivalent. Come on, now you over exaggerating on that one. Because here's my thing. To get people's you even yourself kind of was like Uncle Aunt. Yeah, it's interchangeable. Like, come on. You even gave yourself a pass on that. And the thing with getting the pronouns, you can't do that because he's not really getting them wrong. How are you getting someone's pronouns wrong when you're speaking to them in the past tense as what they were? To me, that's not getting anything wrong. That's saying what they were when they were that. See, this is the one thing that you have to understand. There is a thing called, now and, past, future, whatever. So let's say this. If I was once the most strongest man in the world, and it made me feel good for you to call me the most strongest man in the world, most sexiest, let's just say that. If I was the most sexy, if I got on GQ and they called me the sexiest man in the world, right? Which that would never happen. But my thing is, if they did, and that made me feel wonderful, would it be wrong for people after I age not to call me that young, handsome young man anymore? No, because I have transitioned into an older man, not that GQ anymore. But yet I want to be that GQ. That GQ, do you see what I'm trying to say? We have to be in reality. Reality is I'm going to grow old. You know what I'm saying? Is it going to upset me when people call me old? Of course. I don't want to be old, but it's going to happen. So it's either the future or the past. Somebody is going to say something you don't like, but that's not really discriminating. But I think race. I think like the F word and stuff like that. Yeah, that is discrimination. That is trying to inflict harm. But getting someone's pronouns right or wrong, I don't really see that. That's somebody. It's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, this pronoun stuff is not been out for ages. If this is something new, so how could you get upset about that? It means more to, I'm going to be honest, it will mean more to you than it will them. Just like things of Latino and Latino heritage is going to mean more to me and I'm going to know more about than maybe somebody white or black. It's the same thing with the trans LGBTQ community. Things that are going to mean more to you as that than a straight person because they have other things they're worried about. Doesn't mean that they're being ignorant. The new stuff that comes out, we have to learn when it comes by, like when we come across it. That's all. That's all it is. All right, let's go.
Also in this verse, there's possible dead naming. I don't know if Jackie is,
what is dead?
Is Aunt's dead name, but he brings up the name Jackie, which like unnecessary again. Something that I did like though was at the end of this second verse, he makes a statement saying that he wishes that, she would pull up and they could ride around and whatever. Obviously, I'm not a fan of the misgendering in this part, but the grief that he felt when his aunt transitioned is something that a lot of family members of trans people go through. So if he had kind of reworked this part to not misgender his uncle, then I think that it would have been a little bit better. It's too...
Okay, I know you think it would have been better. See, all right, I'm just going to cut it here. I'm going to finish it here because I already see the narrative here. And yo, I rock with you, sweetie. I do. I really do. But on this one, it just seems like no matter what he does, you're gonna you're basically just gonna ridicule him. You're basically gonna say it could have been better, it could have been this, it could have been whatever. At the end of the day, he's telling you his story and how he did things and the things he's trying to work on to get there. This is not a dedication. This is not an anthem. This is none of that. He did not do this to getting good with the LGBTQ. He did this to write about his uncle, his now uncle, his used to be aunt. That's all it's about. And I am not wrong for saying that because at one point, she was a woman that called herself his auntie. If that's what she called him, what is wrong with looking in the past and saying, hey, and she even allowed it because you think he didn't get his blessing. And see, it gets confusing. That's what I'm trying to say. Can you really be upset about that? That is confusing. So let's be real with it. It's going to be confusing because it's going to be on a case by case basis. It's not like a one flat thing for everybody. It's not a one size fits all. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the day, people trying to get and meet you halfway, you got to meet them halfway too. All I'm saying, if what you're asking for is tolerance, acceptance, and just a little bit of understanding, then you have to reciprocate that. And usually you're good with that. So I don't know what's going on here, but hey, you guys tell me what you guys think. Put it in the comments below. Till then, peace, love, and positivity. I'm out.